In Korea, knowing someone's age is really important because depending on whether you're speaking to someone older than you or younger than you have to behave in a certain way and you also have to talk to them in a certain way. So one of the first things that people want to know when they meet you in Korea is your age. So in this video, we're going to explore in depth about why knowing someone's age is important in Korea. And along the way, we'll learn some useful language related to age. Now, if you didn't know already, Korea is an intensely hierarchical society. Whether it's at school, at work, or in the family, you have to change the way you speak to people based on your relation to the people you're speaking to. Of course, it's a lot simpler in these environments because you can instantly work out your place in the hierarchical tree when you're talking to your teacher, your boss, or your younger brother. But when we meet people for the first time in other environments, such as in the gym or when we're on holiday, we need something to help us work out our relationship to the people we're talking to. And what is one thing we all have in common? Age. As to why age is the guiding light in establishing this hierarchy, well, a lot of it is just cultural and much of it is related to the influence of Confucianism. And there is also this idea in Korea that you can only be friends, 친구, with someone who is the same age as you. You can of course have close relations with someone who is older than you or younger than you, but each person in that relationship understands that their position in that relationship is not equal. And there are certain rules they have to follow in the way they talk and behave towards each other. They can never truly be friends, 친구. On the other hand, if you become friends with someone who is the same age as you two have equal status in that relationship. And that shared understanding of having equal status makes this relationship a little more comfortable to each person. And one of the things you can suggest from having equal status is whether to use 반말 in that relationship. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with 반말, 반말 refers to informal speech in Korean. Now, when Korean adults meet and they go through the process of getting to know each other, the polite and appropriate thing to do is use 존댓말. And 존댓말 refers to formal speech. But if you become friends with someone who's the same age as you, and after some time of getting to know each other, you can suggest using 반말 by asking, 우리 말 놓을까? 우리 말 놓을까? The key phrase is 말 놓다. 말 means speech and 놓다 means to let go. And because of this idea of maintaining formality when you meet someone, if you let go of 말, you're basically letting go of that formal level of speech and moving on to 반말. However, even if you become close to someone older than you, it's not up to you to decide whether you can use 반말 in that relationship. The older person in that relationship has all the power to decide this. And often you can't even suggest using 반말. Now, of course, there are a lot of factors at play here, such as the type of person you're close to and the age gap between the people in the relationship. But in general, you shouldn't suggest using 반말 with people who are older than you. So this curiosity to know someone's age is ingrained in Korean people's mindset. It's a way of establishing the hierarchy. So naturally, when you meet Korean people, they want to ask, how old are you? And the most common way of asking this question in Korean is 나이가 어떻게 되세요? 나이가 어떻게 되세요? 나이 means age, and as you can see, it's used with the particle 가. 어떻게 means how, and 되세요 is a conjugated form of the verb 되다, which means to become. And this is the most polite and common way of asking someone's age. Now, if you're an adult, then you should definitely use this question to ask someone's age. But if you're a teenager and you're also talking to someone who's a teenager, then it's more appropriate to just ask 몇 살이에요? 몇 살이에요? 몇 means how many, and 살 is similar to 나이, so it means age. But we use 살 to count our age. And then finally we have 이에요, which is the formal form of the be verb 이다. Regardless of the question being asked, you should always answer these questions using the formal response, especially if you don't know how old the other person is, because you don't want to use informal language and then find out the other person is older than you. So the usual response is 저는 28살이에요. 저는 15살이에요. So we use the formal form of I, 저, with the particle 는, and then we use 이에요, the formal verb ending of 이다, and then in the middle, we say our age by using a native Korean number and the word 살. Now again, if you're an adult learner and you find out that the other person is younger than you should still use 존댓말, formal speech. But if you're a teenager and you find out that the other person is the same age as you You might respond by using 반말 and say something like 나도 15살이야. 나도 15살이야. It's quite common for teenagers to instantly use 반말 as soon as they find out that the other person is the same age as them, because potentially they've just found a new friend, 친구. So now you have a pretty good grasp of why Korean people love to know other people's age. Next week, we'll look at how this concept of age can cause problems in people's relationships.